Welcome back. It is time for Train. Ninjas in Pajamas, victorious on Inferno versus Mousesports. I think Chris J tweeted something along the lines of, "Oh, we had that one in the bag," and we have received this telephone box. It has been brought by one of our staff from the London office, who's over in sunny Santa Monica. It has pins in. So, why have you put it sideways like this?
Because of the camera.
Oh, okay. But I mean, like, hello, just put it that way.
Sorry, not as experienced as you. So
there is a telephone, and there are pins inside from the shop. This is fiddly. Okay, wait. I don't know why they have to do this to me. Like, this is fiddly, guys. So look, there's a G2 pin. There's an Astro. Oh, that's fancy, isn't it? That's probably going to kill a child, though. Let's be honest. Do buy one though. And then there's the NRG pin over there. Marvelous.
NRG one's nice.
Yeah, it is. They've got a hoodie over there somewhere, an NRG hoodie. But I like this phone box. I think we need to find a space. We're running out of spaces to put things. We need to put this thing somewhere. Like, I don't know. We can figure out. Let us know where you think this should go. You can send us a tweet.
It's very light, actually.
What is can I feel the material?
That looks nice.
Ooh, this is like
it feels nice too.
That's
and it's got a white logo on the back.
Oh, it's got the logo.
A nice touch. I like that.
That's interesting.
I'm a fan.
Pretty cool for a girl. I don't know if I could wear
a girl.
Yeah,
I'm not a girl.
I like purple, but that's too much purple for me.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It goes with my wallet though.
You see what James is saying?
Look, there's my purple wallet.
Purple is the color of luxury, James. Did you
That's
know
true.
That?
Purple is the color of luxury.
Regality.
Yeah, exactly.
Look how
strange.
I don't want to show my.
This feels like it'd be quite good.
Camera.
It would go. It would actually go with your lime green.
Oh,
never mind.
James.
What with these?
Yeah, those work.
Yeah, that would work actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
that would work. Nice. What? That was you. That was my face.
Excuse me, sir. That was my face.
Look what you did to my microphone. Why would you do this? Can we just? What am I supposed to do with this now? You just completely. You asked for it in the first place. This is ruining the camera shot. These bloody snow globes. This place is a mess.
There is lots of There's too much going on.
It takes one extra thing. This place is a disaster.
So what do we do with this?
I'm overstimulated here. There's too much.
What do we do with all these things now?
I've already gone blind because of James' shoes.
Bum, 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 bum. We haven't used that for a while.
That's for a reason.
I'm completely distracted now. I feel like I've just gone full ADHD. I need some.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what games do we have, James? What's going on?
We have Ninjas in Pajamas versus Mousesports, and they are about to play on Train. There was a close match. It went to overtime. If you weren't tuned in, you should have been tuned in, man. This show is awesome. So is the Counter-Strike that was being played. And now we're going to get to see the likes of Oscar and Draken on Train, which I think will be very interesting. But we can't just look at the snipers. Chris J, obviously, he is very at home. He's a very potent player on the T side, just moving out into the Olaf Meister position and beyond. And that's just one of many players who could have a highlight reel in this game of Train.
NiP gave him the hands, though, at Marseille on Train.
Yeah, it's a great map for both teams, which is why it makes it so exciting. And obviously, Oscar, you never really know if he's gonna show up or not necessarily on a map like Train, but when he does, it's huge. Same with Draken. Like it's really interesting in that sense that you have both teams with very explosive AWPers, and I loved actually the very specific dynamic we saw between them on Inferno just now, because both players were like waiting in spots for much longer than you normally would, because they're trying to get in the head of the other snipers. So definitely mind games between Oscar and Draken. But we're in the pistol now. It's going to be CT for Mousesports and T for NiP. Sunny is looking for some information, and he's going to find himself a scalp. That is disgusting.
So far, so good for the Mousesports side. Rez making a nuisance of himself, showing some leg.
Goodbye.
Goodbye indeed. USB collected, and he'll make use of it to put Rops down to 1 HP. I do wonder if that was a headshot.
Ooh.
That certainly was. An exchange of fire. Where is the bomb? Getting planted in the middle of the Train. That was a brazen bomb plant, and it will go down before the player does. That leaves Get Right with a lot to do, and how does he make use of his Molotov when the bombs in the middle of the site. Might as well hold on to his molly for the next rounds. A shadow burst fire. I don't think he wanted that.
I think he did, actually. I think because he wanted to save, so I think he wanted to do one burst to chance to frag and then leave.
Probably.
What's the point, though? The burst is worse.
That's true. The glass burst is really bad.
There's no reason to use burst fire there.
He definitely wanted
It's a pistol
to leave.
round.
He definitely wanted to leave after that, but he still.
Yeah, I mean,
shouldn't have burst.
you're gonna one-shot somebody there with a single shot. I don't know if a bullet goes in the middle if you do a burst fire. That's the thing. If you know where your bullet's going if you have a normal fire, so I don't know why the burst fire would make sense there.
I think JW is the king of burst fire Glock. If there had to be one. What's going on here?
It's like a dog sniffing another dog's ass.
That's only if they haven't met before.
Cats will sometimes sniff each other's asses, but if they like each other, they will greet each other nose to nose instead. The more you know. See those two wooden panels by that trash skip thing? That I feel like that was exactly the same one that was on Old Inferno on the B-bomb site, and you could slide up it and jump over into the dark spot if you had the skills. If your James Bardoff game was on point. What is going on in this round?
Mousesports having a struggle, that's what's happening, but these teams have no Kevlar or helmets, so Props assassinates one after the other. Stiko in a good position as well. If they try to cross to plant alley side, he's got that. If they try to plant the other side, Rops does that, but he's going to get smashed in the face by the PD-50 of Get Right, so now Rops has to do it all by himself, and these players aren't, again, with any Kevlar. And Draken's very weak, so Rops has a very solid chance to make this work, but the bomb does go down, which is a problem.
He has an idea. I think he's just kind of, just in case, clearing this out. But he might be able to win this. Should probably tap the bomb. Oh. Oh!
And a kit. Nice.
4K from Rops, but the damage was immense, and the bomb went down too. So that's a massive argument for NiP to force buy this next round. Oh, they have enough money anyway, of course. So, what am I saying? But that's fine.
That's pretty wild. I mean, you normally never get to see the one person scout the other person out in the 1v1 without, you know, tapping to get them to peek. But I guess that was the better play.
It's crazy too, because NiP didn't really invest almost anything, because seeing that round, there's no Kevlar or anything like that, just a couple Deagles, PT-50, that's basically it. So now they've got the full buy with AKs, with grenades, they're going to throw everything outside, but Oscar's got NiP into the third round. Flick missed though. Opportunity strikes for NiP.
Stiko and Rops wondering what on earth is going on. What has become of our brethren? Does he do the 180, Rops? Does he do the 180? He doesn't, and Rez will shoot Rops in the bum. That leaves Stiko alone. He's got eyes on the bomb. Sees Rez, and now all is known by Ninjas in Pyjamas. The three surviving players will finish off the job and get their first round on the boards. That has broken the money of Mousesports pretty much immediately. Curious to see what Chris J does. He's got a lot more than his teammates. Does he leave some in the hole for a future sniper rifle? Does he buy a scout? Ooh, he's dropped an M4 for his teammate.
Wonder how they pick.
How they pick?
How he picked, yeah.
Who to throw it to?
Who to throw it to.
Maybe spawn dependent or position? Don't know. Yeah. It is curious. Sonny without a helmet. There are two Mac-10s in play.
Maybe he was like, I've always liked you, and then threw him the M4.
Sonny on the green train. Oscar will get taken down. The information's there. Sonny with the silencer is in a great spot, but he will get found out by the quick approach from NiP, so not too much to really do here from Mousesports. They're in a very scary spot, honestly. NiP are taking momentum away immediately and are building a pretty good amount of money straight away. So, and Mousesports can't stop it. They cannot stop it. Did you watch the NiP Mousesports Game of Train before?
No, Marseille. No, I haven't seen that. I haven't watched the demos yet. There were unfortunately the time zones were really rough. I watched always watched the match before I went to sleep, and then the match I woke up. But
yeah, the time zones were brutal.
I had to watch demos, which is always a pain. Demos suck, but you get to see more at least.
Demos are awesome.
Well, demo UIs. So.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, it really frustrates me. It hasn't changed since 2005.
It was really big middle finger to have that third-party demo system come out. Kind of to the community, honestly, a little bit.
What are you saying? There's a tool that got released for demo playing?
Well, somebody made a completely third-party demo utility that doesn't even use the source engine. It's just totally separate, and they recreated everything in the game and made it so it's like more efficient. You can get back and forth and everything. And it's like, well, I'm sure Val could have probably done that with half the effort.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so it was kind of that was.
So is that a usable thing?
Yeah.
Oh, actually.
Is it like a website or something?
3kliksveld made a video on it recently.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna get that immediately.
It's not completely done, but they recreated everything, including like Molotovs and like flashes and all that stuff.
Because it honestly.
What is it showing you a top-down view or?
No, it's like this, but it's just they replaced the models, the physics, everything.
So they made another Counter-Strike?
Basically, in a replay demo system.
Oh.
They just plugged in all the numbers. It's insane how they. It is kind of crazy. Like, I don't know.
We should look at it when
It's
we have
sad.
more
It's
time.
sad.
I really want to check that out, but we have a fast push on the outside from NiP, and they're going to try to continue this momentum. They're going to try to continue this explosive play style. And it's looking good. Dennis in a very deep spot. Oh, Sonny catches him though. He thought that he had a free shot on the man in the balcony, but it will be the frag for Get Right instead. A double, in fact. Doesn't seem like there's much resistance here from Mousesports.
Oh dear. Stico and Rops remain both at the back, the absolute back. Oh, that's the bomb carrier. Is there a window? Rops with a patient wide peek. Suddenly it's a 2-on-2, and both these NiP players are tagged, but they've got the bomb down.
Rops. The peak is tough. Gero with a superior angle. Down to 2 HP though. Stico can't know that necessarily, and he'll back away. Another round for NiP.
Putting on the hurt on their opponent, just as Mousesports did on their T side of Inferno.
For these kinds of rounds, I would definitely go back and see, how much of the pre-nade damage is actually going down the way they want it to at TCon. Do they have the nades to do it? And what are their timings like? And then like, what's their setup? Because it's like it's weird because TCon is like where an angle where everyone faces. Ivy can shoot TCon, he can shoot TCon, etc. But it's also very difficult. It's like an awkward angle to nade from anywhere except for the left side of the bomb site, where you have to bounce it off the wall and it hits the front of green. And the smoke was just good enough for Draken to see all the way down.
The hodgepodge by Orb, 2 Deagles, and AK. It's going to be tough here, and Get Right expecting the push. And that attempt will fail. Will they just protect the guns in B now, or will they try to continue to do damage? They know that A is lost, so one would imagine they will just stay put.
Somebody might want to grab the bomb. That would be helpful.
Drawing straws, James.
Helpful to the succession of this round. Rez's path will not be challenged, will not be compromised. There will be no champion sent forth by Mousesports.
I always wondered though, with like the demo tool, going back into that discussion, that the reason that they never updated it once since like 2005 when the Source Engine came out was because they likely don't think that it really gets much use. Because I would imagine any content creators use it, professional players use it,
Yeah, but that's
and
huge.
people who are otherwise interested in the professional aspect of the game.
But that's like that's like esports versus the casual audience. Like
Absolutely, yeah.
the influence that esport has, even though there aren't as many players as there are in the casual audience.
Absolutely.
It's huge. So.
Yeah, if the tool was more powerful, then it would
Like
be more accessible.
And you would improve all of content creation.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting because it must have measures for how many times demo is loaded on average per user, per regional, that kind of thing.
I think the focus has just always been mostly on the casual. I mean, that's just like, I mean, thinking of a reason why, you know, that's the only thing I can come up with.
There probably isn't like a really good reason, unless they're making another Counter-Strike.
There's a good reason for what Chris has bought, the AUG. Yes. Yes. Oh, Ross has some action. And Get Right continues to do damage. Get Right's been having a great train game so far. Oscar with the quick pick as he pokes his head in. Smoke to get them out the choke point. Rez is ready. Ready, Rez. Well, Rez is not ready for that. What is this? That's a beautiful looking AUG, James.
That's a disgusting one.
I am with Launders on that one. Another round where there's only 2 Mousesports players left, and we haven't really seen the highlights of Oscar and Rop's retakes as we have in that 2 versus 5 many moons ago. It's just scurrying away to try to desperately hold on to what they can.
I think Astralis have done the best job as far as as far as like they have like the red line AWPs and AKs, and then they have the Astralis stickers on them, and it's all also their reds and black signatures, which actually looks super sick. Have you seen that?
No, but I have a red line AWP with Mousesports stickers on it, which looks a lot better than that thing, for sure. It has an Oscar sticker at the back of it, and or is that my lightning? No, it's the lightning. But I have a Mousesports cannon. You can see it in my inventory. Look up JZF Beast on Steam. Don't add me, I won't accept. Mousesports being very aggressive in this round. They don't have much to offer, and they must make up for it with aggression by taking liberties. All the spam. Almost inviting somebody to punish his reload. Oh, Oscar. Oh! Not the first time we have seen such awkwardness around the ladder from Oscar.
Groundhog Day.
Not shy to AWP somebody while being on a ladder in that position. But the clock is running for Ninjas in Pyjamas. They need to take something away. Ooh, Get Right's made his way into B, and he's drawing all the ire of the Mousesports players.
It's not really anything that Mousesports can do here as well. There's way too much time for NiP to set up. Oh, hello. Okay, just massive wide peek with the CZ will get the frag, but obviously Chris unable to get the gun before dying. The tease. The tease. NiP off to a fantastic start here.
Oh, they haven't seen him go past, and he hasn't got a kit, but he can draw these players out, as they will be unsure as to where exactly he is. They think he's on the site. I don't know if he just saw Dennis there. Now he's been spotted, but no more damage to be done for Mousesports.
Yeah, if he really camped that out, he could have at least got them to die. That would have been a pretty big win. Saving the gun also would have been kind of important. There's a lot of rounds left in this half. They're pretty poor. They're also double opping, which is very expensive. This is a very expensive setup.
Or power for Draken. What could he get with it? He's fishing. He's set the baits, but can't find a catch just yet. See, go on top of the green tree. Gotta be so careful when you know the AWP is looking for you. Get Right, playing with confidence, walking down the ramp. We've seen some crazy stuff from him so far this map. Oh my God, Get Right. Going on that ultra lurk. Oh my goodness, he's going to go all the way around the back.
He missed him. That guy was on his screen, I'm pretty sure. Did he see?
Yeah, no, he saw him the first time.
Did he?
Yeah. He's just letting him go. He wants to get all the way around the back. This is crazy. Get right, choosing to allow them to live on B so that he can kill them on A to allow his team to get in. And there's no way they're ever seeing him coming here. His team is just waiting for Get Right to get the action started, and here it goes.
Oh boy.
He has seen so many players. This is unbelievable. Who else but Get Right to do such a thing? It will only get one frag out of it, but the push will commence now, and there is a chance here for NiP to get in.
Stico rotating around the site, and that took so long that there's a rotation for the CTs, and NiP, they don't really have the Ivy position is secure. They can use a smoke to try and help with that, but the bomb needs to go down, and Dennis gets caught with a smoke in his hand. There goes Rez as well, so the flank may not pay off after all. Stico through the smoke, and he will finish things off. Unfortunate for Get Right, couldn't get 2 kills out of that. Would have made all the difference.
That was such a nice flank, but Sonny hits like an amazing turnaround shot. Instant 1-bullet headshot. Get Right could have had just a straight up 1v1 after he got the first kill at least, and probably still been favored because of the huge mouse reset he would have had to do spinning around.
I think if the player on the low ground was standing still, then Get Right kills both of them, but because he was constantly moving, makes it more difficult to get that one tap in and then quickly switch to the second player.
Definitely.
I have to say, I haven't really seen a flank like that in a very long time, where he basically saw almost every single player of the team and is just picking the last options on the A side. Set piece onto the B bomb side for NiP. Only 3 rounds for Mousesports. They'll be looking to make it a 4th here. Robs will be forced behind the smoke. Still on the train though. Forced actually is in the smoke. He will get he will go down though. They will spot him out. Chris though on top of the orange train doing lots of damage.
Standing his ground. In the meantime, Sonny's flank was eliminated. Both CTs in the back of B, and it's AWPs galore. 3 sniper kills so far for the CTs. No mollies to force the Ts out. You can see Dennis on default. Some weapons being collected. It's the Ts with the Molotov, but the smoke is down. Chris J blind for the time being, but what's he going to go for? The high ground. Oh, Dennis not shy for the re-peek there. I did wonder. But that's round number 8 for Ninjas in Pyjamas.
And that's Mousesports just with no money. No money. This looks really nice. You know, the op shots start to rain in from Chris and from Oscar, but ultimately it was not enough. And it's quite cool too. I think, you know, in part perhaps NiP go for that play just because of Get Right's ability to just walk into the B-bomb site more than once. So exploiting them. Well, the Rocks would have had it covered that time, but another explosive outside take from NiP as they battle against the pistols. The save round of Mousesports. This is getting really scary now. Mousesports are going to soon find themselves in a position where if they don't win the pistol on the second half, that they're out of the game, out of the map. And if I'm not mistaken, NiP are in a fairly good position on the scoreboard as well. Like, they still have the ability to climb. So we shall see.
If I remember correctly, the middle of the table and maybe 3rd and 4th place is open for the time being. I don't recall actually if that was NA or EU, but we'll soon find out. Yep. Yeah, almost at the halfway mark of the European matches.
Mouz are 6 and 6, and NiP are 5 and 6.
Well, we'll see how things continue. Rez is a savage. We were picking him up in the previous game, and he's showing us why.
Yeah, it's a really hard position for a retake. Mousesports, obviously, the bomb is not planted just yet, but they are locked out and away at the moment. Backside plants, and we'll see whether or not Mousesports can find a way in here. They're going to start with the walk. Oscar is definitely a good man for the job. It's an awkward retake onto this A side. It's one of the hardest sides to retake in the game. Good shot from Oscar. Still 2 players to go though. Stico gets one as well. as they continue to push forwards, but that plant is going to be so difficult. There's no smokes to put down on top of the bomb here, so they're going to have to hit the shots immediately. They don't have time. Oscar whiffs, and that's it. He's going to have to run away. Get right's done enough. 1 HP. Will he die? No, he's fine, is he? Oh, he's dead. I actually have no idea how far you have to go to not take any damage. Do you know, James?
Further than that. Mousesports lose it all once again.
These outside rushes have been really key for NiP. It's so annoying when when an outside rush, like a specific one, works against you, to have to try to figure it out because you only get so many chances. And then now, like that last round, they had no money to stop it.
Draken, of all people, getting his Hen 1 game on, charging. Oh, okay, no respect style from Ninja in Pyjamas. And it's good, it's confidence, but maybe it's a free round for Mousesports after all. 3-on-3, and we'll see if they can stabilize, or if Mousesports can get round number 4 on the board.
Yeah, Rops is doing a good job. He's on 5 HP. Lovely stuff from Rops. A trio of frags in the bag for him now as Rez starts to creep. He might be able to find the flank on the Rops, actually. We'll see if Rops is going to be aware of this. Looks like he is, actually. And he still goes down on 5 HP, of course, but the trade is in from Stiko. And I think you're right. The no respect style of play sort of did not work out in the end.
They could have just... They wanted to go back to upper. Here, they should have just traded this kill. This kill should have been traded immediately. Rops used so many of his UMP bullets, he wouldn't have been able to even finish the second kill. But if they want to go back to upper, they should have just done that right away. Because, again, like they pull the rotate for outside by sending Draken out there. They pull the Z rotate, so they can just run out upper if that's what they wanted to do.
Well then. What is the play here from NiP? They have Draken not running into the... Well, it's going to be Sunny to run in with the flashbang, but it's not going to be effective. I think Stiko was spotted, although the shot whiffed. A re-smoke onto Pop Dog, but NiP in a good spot. Chris, lovely equalizer found. But in that action, Forrest has found his way into the yard. And I don't know that Mousesports have any awareness of this. Stiko will take down Get Right, but they have no idea Forrest is in this forward position. I think he sees the barrel. Oh! Okay. All right. That was Chris J from the old bomb, I do believe. And the trade comes out regardless. 2v3 now for NiP.
We've got flanks all over the place. I think they can assume that Stiko might be in a flanking position. They saw him jump towards Ivy at the very least, but they will not be prepared for an A main flank, that is for sure. There's nowhere for them to plant the bomb. So they'll have to use a smoke. You can see Oscar making his way, not Oscar, Draken making his way into Pop Dog. Probably have to no-scope somebody if they fall down the ladder, and that's not going to be easy with an AWP. Rez losing his duel elsewhere. The scope is in, the shot is fired. Draken, he's waiting for another player to come out eventually. Being teased by Rops, but he manages to get the 1v1. They're teasing the bomb. Oscar pushing through the smoke of the Desert Eagle. Round number 5 for Mousesports.
That was a pretty good try. I like he missed one shot that was important, but he actually somehow dodged both flashes. The one down the ladder, one into the ladder from T-Con, and then, yeah, separated his fights nicely. But of course he gets one deke through the smoke by Oscar.
Yeah, I actually wondered if, because he had if Oscar misses that shot, Draken can fire, and I wonder if he fires there, if he has time to reload and then take a shot into the smoke before the bomb's defused. I don't know that he did have time for that, but Mousesports have done well. They've given themselves a chance if they lose the pistol round to still be able to get a buy rounds and try to mount a comeback. So we'll see if they can win their T-pistol first of all.
Hello.
Hello.
Goodbye, Rez. 2 more players to fight on the A bomb site for the time being, and Get Right is rotating all the way around the back, actually. Not through connector. Sunny would be picked off to equalize the numbers. Smokes down, a bomb is planted. The team seems surrounded. Ooh, Forrest missing the mark there. And Stiko survives for the time being. It's a gamble of angles. Get Right all the way around the back into connector, which he could have gone to earlier on. There is a diffuse play being had. Stico's dead. We've got a flank coming in from Pop Dog. Will it come in time? No one's on the bomb anymore. Dennis has to gamble now. Has he got the kit? He does. The smoke is still up, and Chris J can't find the angle. Oh, so close to the head, but he just can't find it. The knife! Oh. Pistol goes to NiP.
Not sure what to say about that one. That's unfortunate. That's the best word, I think, to describe that situation. Like, even 1 second on smoke goes up, and then he's able to see, and Dennis pops out, turns around, and shoots him.
Get your knife out for the lads.
Think he should have just gone knife out earlier?
Yes, because I think if he's not on the bomb and he dies afterwards, I don't know. Well, it depends on how confident he is on the position of the bomb plant. It was a very unusual position what you normally see, so can't really fault him. But
that's a tough one.
Perhaps he would have had. I mean, because if you're closely, the beat will give you a better idea of where the bomb is. So
I'm not sure how the blood works. I know blood can be client side, or blood is client side, but I think you like when you span someone through smokes, you should be trying to get the one shot in them so you can see the blood, and then you start spraying when you know where they are. But he didn't hit him once, right? That was the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't see a spurt in the smoke. I don't know if it's every time or if it's on occasion.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like inconsistent too.
Yeah. So that's a catastrophe for Mousesports. But opportunity knocks. The AWP is out early onto Oscar.
Lots of nades though, and we started MP7 to scout. So this is, if NiP are to win this round, things get so incredibly difficult for Mousesports. The money will be ridiculous for NiP.
That was interesting. Rops's play, he came out running backwards based on a flashbang, but Rez was not flashed at all. It was like 0% flash, so I really wonder where that flashbang went.
There was a mistiming for sure, because he also came out by himself. Like, you wouldn't swing out wide ladder like that and fight all those different fights by yourself if your teammates are just going to come out way later.
He came out after a flash though. You heard the flash pop and then he came up, but just, you couldn't, from Rez's perspective, you couldn't see any flashbang anywhere. So, you can only assume it was behind his head, maybe from outside the main position or something.
Yeah.
Definitely something to look at.
But it'll be the 13th round for NiP, and a round where they kept the scout, they kept the MP7, and they pick up some AKs after winning it with 5 players left alive. This was a complete disaster in the end for Mousesports, and now they really begin to suffer. Just a mere 3 more for NiP, and Mousesports cannot really properly bind this round. We see a bunch of deagles, but that's basically it. The butcher buy, as James likes to call it.
Meat shots. I'll take a ribeye and a New York strip. Just a New York strip, actually. Let's not be greedy. Oh, that's nice. And that's the end. The end of the run. It was a brief run. It was like Eddie the Eagle up in the air, and then the rest is a mess. Oscar and Chris J with Desert Eagles.
Oscar often aims at his teammates' heads and makes me nervous. Makes me nervous.
I wonder what he's thinking.
Oh, Chris gets in there with a nice one. Deeg as well. And NiP have done so well, generally speaking, to hold on to the money that this is not going to affect them at all. Look at that. 10k for get right at the start of the round. 14-5. It's potentially a fast one, unless Mousesports can figure out a solution. But they so far have looked somewhat hopeless on the T side. Outside, the fast outside set piece is not working out. And we've got 2 players pushing B here now for NiP as well.
Blind Jules will favour Mousesports. Look how quick this round is moving. Dennis has to stay alive, but he can't. Pretty much a given, surely, that it's round number 6 for Mousesports at this point. That was a fast one.
At 1:33, 5 players were dead, and the round was over. That's kind of insane. Like 20 seconds into the round. Crazy.
Lots of money though left over. Cash. I think if they are they picking up 2 ops? Did we see 2? Tracker grabs 1. Yep. This is the map where people will go 2 ops, auto sniper, all these long lanes. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough versus fast outsides, but if you can lock down Ivy, you have a lot of options. Even if you don't get all the kills on Decon, retake becomes a whole lot more possible with Ivy control.
I think Sonny got legged with the AWP from Dennis on Ivy. So let's see how things continue. He will swap positions actually. They're sending Oscar instead to duel with the AWP in case there's a repeat. So that is an interesting chess move. And in the meantime, the NiP with the very forward positions, expectant of a play towards A, and they might not be wrong.
Nobody playing Ivy or watching it. This is a huge risk for him.
But if they legged someone there earlier, I think that might be part of why. Now Dennis has gone elsewhere to take out Chris J, but look at the frags flying back here for Mousesports, and now Oscar is starting to move through Ivy.
Dear. Knocking out there for Dennis. Get right and Forest. The remaining core of this NiP, legendary NiP team, now just on Get Right as he moves into the fray. The bomb yet to be planted. This is a good spot actually, potentially, to Get Right in the 1v2. One will be collected. And how can he find his way out of this one? Oh dear. Gets touched by the flames. I'm not sure if that would be audible for the bomb carrier. It was by Pop Dog at the time. Get Right.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow, straight away. That was fast.
I was wondering, because Tico had to run past the shower position, if you will. I think he was at the back of the showers, but I don't know if Garrett would have heard it. And then Molotov was still up as well. But Rops his first kill there. He was shoulder peeking the player on the train, and then it shot him through the box next to Pop Dog in the head. It was really nasty, the shot from him, and a very key shot both were. But Mousesports still with only half the score of their opponent. However, NiP are on an eco. Oh, it's quite a transfer attempt from Sonny. You have to respect it. Only 2 plays left now. Get Right and Dennis running out of bullets. And the round is done.
The comeback is on. Officially started to happen. It only gets easier again. This is exactly what NiP did to them. This is a lot like Inferno for some reason. But, oh, NiP are saving. I like this a lot. They had enough money to buy. Instead, they're going to half armor, so they have a lot of nades. And here they have nades, pistols, half armor, and they could still buy next round. I like it. I like it a lot.
And there's a kit even on Get Right, so that is really cool. And he sacrificed the kit for the Kevlar. So, yeah, this is cool. This is quite cool. I don't see this sort of stuff enough. Rops knows his angles. He knows his angles.
There's a couple very important spams from up there. Like if you throw your 2 Molotovs down, you gotta be able to spam the close right position that people used to dodge flashes. That spam that Rops did. And everything in between.
From Sonny. He's gonna make his way forwards now with the flash bangs. And 2 players now showing themselves to Sonny as well. His teammate will clean up the other one. And they've done it. NiP not finding the spots that they needed for the frags. Forrest will surely die. He's not long for this world. He's been sent into the next one, but only to return. 9-14 as Mousesports pick up another round, but now, as you say, we had that save, so now the big guns are out. The big guns are here. Double AWPs.
Draken and Dennis once again. Dennis headed to Ivy once more. Nobody, though, will be challenging him on this occasion. Will it be a focus towards B? Nobody around main, no one Ivy, so perhaps it will be 135, and there's only one player in the B bomb site, as is common on train. That smoke will keep the T's entertained for a time. As you can see, this will be shock and awe. Draken has rotated towards that connector position, although there may be flashbangs over the wall, but he's currently positioned to avoid those. But Get Right is not, trying to delay things with the Molotov, still focusing on the high ground, covering behind Get Right's head. That smoke might help him, flying up the ladder. Only good for one though.
Yeah, the second was very close, but he has left his team with some work to do as the nades are still sailing in, soaring through the air. Draken searches desperately for the next player. He is surrounded as well. There it is. Shot to the shoulder, and that's Chris J dead. Stiko and Oscar post plant in a 2v4. This is rough, and Oscar can't look everywhere. Stiko alone. Only his thoughts to keep him company, and now even those have been taken away by Draken. 15 rounds now for NiP. The fast B play did not work out. And now Mousesports on the ropes.
I love the patience in the 4 versus 1 for Ninjas in Pyjamas. They know that as the last player, you have to try and pick someone off if you are on the site. So you have to peek somewhere eventually. So just patiently hold their lines, and he runs into the AWP. It's a nice touch.
Yeah, totally. Like if you try to go for the bomb before you have, like if you try to go for the bomb and you lose, and you still had like 10 seconds left to work on that retake, then you probably could have been a little bit more careful. So it's always good that they have that everything covered and they just work patient.
So this time it will be the A bomb site, I think, for Mousesports. They may just go fast or try to. You can see some grenades here. Oh, the timing there for Chris to move out is quite good, but Rez still finds him, and he's still staying out there. Beautiful stuff from Rez. So many highlights we've seen from this position. The nade will fall at his feet, but he still keeps it going. Forrest now also chiming in. Now there's only 2 members standing. 2 soldiers left to fight the battle, but the battle may be lost here.
Doesn't look good for Scholl. Rops, we've had some nice frags from him, but we may be asking too much on this occasion. 1 minute remains for these 2 Mousesports players. Waiting for some over-aggression perhaps, but Ninjas in Pyjamas are not going to give them a way back into this round for free. They'll have to combine their forces and make a play, presumably towards the B bomb site. No one close to pop, so this running won't be heard. But this running will be heard. And away they go. Got to do the best you can. Get Right moving into position. The bait now with Forrest there as well. And Stiko get the first frag, but the rotation's coming in, but it won't be needed. Forrest will finish things off. 16-9 for Ninjas in Pyjamas. It's a good day of Counter-Strike for them.
Huge comeback. It's 2 maps in a row, and a much more dominant performance on the second map. And similar scenes to Marseille, where I think they beat them. It might have been 16-7 or 16-11, but it was close to that. And there was a lot of good to say on both their T and CT side.
Yeah, really well played by NiP. It's cool to see a lot of lurks out of Get Right, lots of confidence from him, and just generally everybody just performing well on the roster. And it's NiP that looks pretty comfortable, and it feels like they're coming closer to sort of the identity they want to have with Dennis, because obviously Dennis being on the team, he's still not been on the team for a very long time. Like how long has it been? Less than 2 months?
Couple months, yeah.
Something around there. So still lots of work to be done, but it is definitely shaping up quite well for them. So NiP excited for their future, and I can't wait also to see at the end of the European broadcast exactly where they're going to be standing.
G2 versus Fnatic is our next series of European matches. It's going to start on Overpass. It's going to start after the break. We will see you back here in just a few minutes.